Earlier this week, Twitter tried to falsely accuse Silvervale of a number of things and failed every step of the way, ending up just actually rallying a ton of support for Silvervale. I guess when all those attempts failed, the new attempt is to get mad at her for being white. Yeah, let's take a look. And if you've been enjoying this whole Hogwarts Legacy situation, ARC, VTuber, Silvervale, ARC thing, please consider liking and or subscribing. It certainly does help out. And a quick side note, I kind of feel bad still talking about this because I have a hunch Silvervale herself probably just wants to move on from all this stuff. I mean, I don't blame her if she feels that way, you know. Toxic stuff happened to her, and she just wants to enjoy streaming, enjoy her life and all that, I'm assuming. That said, this stuff is insane. These tweets are viral. We got one with like over 10,000 likes, and unfortunately, the stuff that's going on to Silvervale is something that's happened to tons of people over recent years especially. It's been ramping up. Now, this situation has been backfiring, as mentioned. I think people are starting to see that like the Twitter cops don't have their best interest in mind. Like even the people that the Twitter cops pretend to stand up for are starting to see that the Twitter cops are really not standing up for them out of sincerity and really just want to use them as justification for their toxicity and extremism, which only makes things worse. All right, let's take it from the top. A tweet with over 50,000 likes and 1.6 million views. Case in point, like I mentioned, again, if Silvervale wants to move on from this, I get it. This thing got over 1.6 million views, though, and it's just saying insane stuff. Let's read. VTubers that are just white Westerners hiding their racial identity behind a kawaii anime icon while doing baby voice as grown adults are a social plague, dude. I said this like 2 weeks ago and got people so mad at me. Look how many likes this stuff is getting, man. I can't imagine. Well, actually, some people explain to me that they like things just to like archive them so they can find them later or something, but I mean, that's probably a minority, right? Like most of these likes are probably unironically or like, you know, other reasons they're liking it. Like they just like the takes, which is kind of weird. Like I don't know who would like takes like this. Like what? You aren't even wrong. I have had so many friends express discomfort with how big time white English language VTubers use their avatars as borderline race faking. Anime girls without all of the baggage of talking to a real life Asian person. What? What? I don't even think I'm going to understand this logic. Because this mindset's just like a complete loser mindset. Holy smokes. I want to be a victim so badly, but my life is really good and I have nothing to cry about, so I'm going to make up a problem. Yeah. Also, I know I said I wasn't going to try to like understand their weird logic too much, but like, what does this person mean, baggage, talking to a real life Asian person? When I talk to Asian people, I don't think of them as baggage. Like, what's wrong with you, dude? Who thinks like that? That's messed up of you to think that way. What the heck? Like they definitely try to coast by and hope no one explicitly asks their race. It's definitely some kind of diet race faking. Yeah, it's shocking that when some VTuber is simply playing video games, they don't expect people to go in their Twitch chat or whatever and ask their race. Why would you do that? Why would you think that's reasonable? You're a freaking weirdo. If you're going around to people, you really just go up to people and ask what race they are? I think this is something a lot of people don't feel comfortable discussing because it feels like an attack on their interests. But like a lot of anime fandom that involves cosplay or similar interests, toe a real serious line of yellow face. Whenever it's brought up, people get mad. Okay, if people are getting mad at you for bringing that up, it might be because you're implying that they're like bigoted racists for simply cosplaying anime characters. Obviously not saying you can't cosplay, but man, I've seen the things people do to basically imitate monoliths. I've been to the largest anime conventions in the world on a number of occasions, and I've been to smaller conventions too. I've never seen anyone do that. Like, what are you even talking about? I'm Asian. Personally, I'm fine with any race, people doing anything they want for fun. Such things shouldn't be limited by race just because they didn't originate from your country. Based response here. Look at that. Someone's getting mad instantly. I think you missed the point, how there are white cosplayers who will toe the line with yellow face. What are they even talking about? I thought they were using yellow face like loosely here, not implying people are actually like putting yellow on their skin or something. What are they talking about? No one does this. Some of them who will tape their eyelids back to look more Asian. No one does that. I think people can have fun, but be respectful. Taping your yeah, obviously that's messed up. I agree with them. I agree with them on that. You shouldn't be doing that. But here's the thing: no one does that. What are they talking about? Are they talking about like one random cosplay picture they've seen online where someone was doing that? Maybe. I don't know. I literally don't know. Like I said, I've been to numerous anime conventions and I've never seen that happen. And you know, that's an anecdote. Sure, I'll raise a different point. I cover news related to the anime community and stuff like that every single day. And I've never seen a situation where someone did that, Because like if that happened, I'm sure they would have got backlash for it. I probably would have heard about it and probably would have reported on it. So unless that did happen and it was like seriously under the radar and it's a fringe example that like one person did one time, or maybe a handful of examples that like, you know what I mean, like a handful out of the millions of cosplayers out there, maybe, which just further backs up my point. Like either this stuff doesn't happen, or if it did happen, it was like 0.0000001%, and people are completely blowing this out of proportion. And or some of these extremists are trying to basically say that VTubers are also yellow face, apparently. Like you can see that's kind of the logic they're trying to get to. Here's an idea for these people. Like go outside and breathe some air. I'm not even gonna say touch grass because that's, you know, everyone says it all the time. Go outside and breathe some air. Don't look at the sun, actually. It might be a bad move. Look at the beautiful sky, all right? Enjoy the sun. There we go. Have you gotten off the internet? Have you gone off Twitter in the last, I don't know, week or two? Have you gone outside your house in the last month? This is coming from a dude who barely leaves his house, by the way. So I shouldn't be one talking here, but like it does seem like some of these people seriously need to get some fresh air. Then we also have this tweet with over 13,000 likes, over 880,000 views from someone who locked their responses. Only people they want to respond can respond. Well, hey, if you want to comment on this video about this, feel free. I ain't locking the comments. Their take reads, there's a weird specific kind of Orientalist escapism that comes from weeb VTubers who brand themselves this way. They brand themselves as Sakura wolf spirits because they want to pretend they're not real people living in real society. I have no sympathy for this white... for this white what now? Also, holy smokes, this is a grown person getting mad that some girl puts Sakura Wolf Spirit in her VTuber bio as if that's supposed to be like the most important thing about her. You know what's important about Silvervale? The fact that she has a lot of people that like what she does and she works very hard. Who cares that she calls herself a Sakura Wolf Spirit? Again, it's like the least important thing about her. And then the irony is that this person says that she's trying to not be a real person. You're ignoring the very real person behind the VTuber model. Like I said, the important things about Silvervale is that she's a person who works hard and that is well liked. Like the Sakura Wolf Spirit thing shouldn't even be something that you're bringing up. It's weird that you hyper-focus on that and get so pressed about it, you're making some big tweet about it. And it's weird that that actually got 13,000 likes. Holy smokes, what is wrong with these people? And now, just because I have at least some level of self-awareness, at least more than these people on Twitter have, I will acknowledge right now that I'm probably getting a little too heated in this video. Like, I'm not heated. I'm not, like, angry, but I'm not laughing. And like I like to laugh, especially like in my videos. I always try to have a laugh, at least actually like multiple laughs. I'm not laughing in this one really. I'm just like in disbelief. And that means Twitter is kind of getting to me a little bit. But again, I'm self-aware enough to realize that and understand moving forward for like the rest of this day, I should probably focus on like more funny stuff. So my next segment as well. I mean, to be quite frank, the next segment is probably also about Silvervale. There's like, so that's part of why I'm also not laughing right now. Now I'm kind of laughing a little bit because how absurd this all is. But like the next topic regarding Silvervale is also messed up, as is this one. So like, I don't know. The video I made the other day about like the person on Twitch that when the Twitch chat was like angry typing and stuff. Now that's funny. I can laugh at this. These insane takes though, like, I don't know, man. I try to find the humor in it, but sometimes it's just like, oh my gosh, my eyes are bleeding. So this person's take arguably gets even worse somehow. Like, it's just as bad, if not worse. Let me show you. Like, full offense if you're white and don't actually speak Japanese. This is so cringe and a specific kind of racist. But weebs don't really think of Japan or Asian folks in general as real people or as a real place. Just fiction to consume for white identity. Holy smokes. You gotta be out of your dang mind to think that people who watch anime and are like weebs don't think Japan is real and don't think that Asian people are real. Like, no excuses. Like, mental illness? No, it's not mental illness. I know mentally ill people and people who struggle with mental health issues, myself included. Probably 99% of the viewers watching this video, if not 100%, are or at some point will be dealing with mental health issues. And you know what? They don't attack people like this. They don't go making the weirdest takes, just saying the insane things about people like, oh, if you watch anime, you don't believe Japan's a real place and you don't believe Asian people are real. That's insane. You're an extremist, and it has nothing to do with mental health. It has to do with the fact that people like this are full of vitriol and hate. And I really wish I could sit here saying something like, I wish I knew the words to say to like make these people calm down and have some level of self-awareness and like reassess themselves and what they're doing. Unfortunately, the fact is, no matter what I could say, hypothetically, if I was a more suave person who's better at speaking than I am, hypothetically, if I was the suavest best speaker ever and I made 100% best points ever, some of these people probably still would just hate me because that's just how it is. I don't know what I could say about it. It's sad to see, man. This is just crazy. This person just goes on and on with their insane take. To be quite frank, This probably warrants its own separate video as opposed to being like having buried the lead at the end of this one. And like, why are you even bringing up Ollie London? Who actually takes that person seriously? My gosh. And of course, in typical Twitter cop fashion, gotta end the entire weird extremist post by begging people to pay for your dental appointment. You know, my mom has a ton of dental issues. She's got severe arthritis, and she shows up to work every single day, including oftentimes on Saturday, to get that paycheck so she can pay for her costs. And I do what I can to help her out. My mom ain't never asked anyone for money like that. Ain't never been on social media begging people to pay for her dental bills or for her physical therapy or for her pharmaceutical costs. Now, that said, if you are on rough times, and you are doing what you can to pull yourself out of rough times, and you also go to social media to see if you can crowdsource some money to help out, okay, I get it. It's different than what I'm talking about here. That there's a difference between someone who's trying to get by and asking for help while doing everything they can, or at the very least doing a lot. It doesn't have to be everything. I'll tone it down a little bit. Just doing what they can to get themselves out of that position, and someone like the person we just took a look at who will make an extremist post with a ton of toxicity that further divides people, causes a lot of hate and vitriol and toxicity, and then at the end of that, they have the audacity to try and be like, yo, will you pay for my dentist? It's awful. You're trying to get people to pay for your dental bills off the end of a post that is full of toxicity and division. Basically, it looks like this person just wanted to make a post that was inflammatory for the sake of trying to get attention so that they could then end it by begging for money. Yeah. Generally how it is with these Twitter cop types. Wonderful activists, aren't they? In conclusion, I'd like to apologize once again for sounding a bit more aggressive in this video, and I'm also apologizing to myself, actually. I don't even like hearing myself sound like this. It's frustrating, man. Like, there are people, great people out there working hard every single day, working hard to take care of themselves and the people they care about. And then you have just toxic extremists on the internet who don't work hard, bash the people who do, call them grifters, like try to make everything worse for everyone and then beg for money and all that. It's hard not to let it leave a bad taste in your mouth, at least somewhat. But you know what? I'll try to have a sweet cup of coffee after this video or something. Wake me up for the next segment. Hey, there we go. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for your understanding. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you in the comments and in the next one.